Hey there, Arc Hunters. This is Grimweird, and this will probably be part 4 of a series of videos about Defiance, the PC version from Beta Weekend 3. And I've already talked about character creation and the tutorial, and then some sort of basics of character progression in the other videos. So now I thought I would do some just sort of generic things. So yeah, let's find some stuff to get into. Since I'm standing right here, let's go look at the stores. So you get these vendor trucks, run up to them, hit E. There is a buy tab, a sell tab, and a buyback tab. One question that comes up for a lot of people, so I'll address it right now, is they go to the sell tab and they're not able to sell a piece of equipment that they know they have. Like, let's say they know they have a grenade that they don't want to use, but they don't see that grenade on this list to sell. And they're like, my inventory is all clogged up, I want to sell stuff. Here's your answer. If you go to inventory, you will see that things that are equipped do not show up in your sell list. And here's the kicker. If you look at your loadouts, that is true of all of your loadouts. So as you go up an eco rating and unlock these extra loadouts, it often just defaults and throws in whatever you're wearing at that time. And then if you go and change, like if I were to change this grenade out now to another grenade, it would still be equipped in this other loadout. So if you are unable to sell something, it's one of two things. Either it's a starting weapon, because those you just have to delete. I'll show you how to delete real quick. Highlight the weapon, click delete. Or if you can't sell it, it's because it's equipped on one of your loadouts. So you're going to have to unequip it. And sometimes that can get a little weird. If in doubt, if you're having problems equipping something in your loadout, switch to the loadout you want to be doing, exit, and then come back in and then try to equip it. So that's the first thing to talk about with these. Buy, sell, buy back. There is a buyback there if you want to, if you accidentally sold something you didn't want to be selling. So, vendor specials. Vendor specials are a great source of gear. There are drops in the games, there are lock boxes that you can buy, but the bottom line is, to get the weapon that you really want to get, the easiest thing to do is to buy it. And the easiest way to buy it is to go to vendors early and often. The specials change once every hour. But you'll notice that this gun is being sold at 78, which happens to be my ego rating. Anytime my ego rating goes up, the specials will also change. So they change a lot more than you might think. And logging into different shards, or just logging out and logging back in, sometimes will change the specials. So if you spend a lot of time going to specials, you should be able to find a gun that you like, with some exceptions. A lot of guns, they only show up around certain ego ratings. For instance, I tend to like the heavy sawed-off shotgun, but a lot of times it's not being offered very much. You'll get into runs where it's like, okay, I'm at 450 ego rating, and everybody is trying to sell me this fancy detonator that I don't want. So there is some of that going. If you find a gun that you like, it's actually sort of worth it to buy multiple copies of that from multiple vendors before you level further, just to have those guns around. So let's talk about optimizing your vendor fun. If I go to my map, all of these blue points are fast travel positions. So I've just been looking at this vendor. I can highlight this and either try to double click it, although sometimes when you double click it, you grab the map. So for you PC users, I tend to highlight it, and if I hit enter, it will it will automatically fast travel. So let's highlight, enter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fast travel back to the ERAP camp and look at that vendor. And what you'll be able to do pretty quick in the game is open up a lot of fast travel positions so that you can check a lot of vendors. So here it's a VOT pulsar, submachine gun, bleh, not interested. Close it. Fast travel over to Iron Demon Ranch. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's about 7 different vendor trucks at fast travel positions prior to San Francisco. So every time you log in, every time you log out, every hour, every time your ego rating goes up, every time you zone in and out of the game, you can fast travel around to these specials and see what's being offered. So for instance, here's a VBI TAC assault rifle. I love those, and I have plenty of assault rifles on me, but it's never a bad thing to have more assault rifles. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that, since it's my favorite assault rifle. And again, and literally now you will see that I have this quest reward assault rifle, which has the same stats as a VBI assault rifle. Now I have this VBI assault rifle, and I've also got 4 other assault rifles. This particular character, I wanted to concentrate on assault rifles, so it's good to have a good number of assault rifles there, so that when you level one up, you can sell it and then use this one. And you will also run into ego rating things where I might go 100 ego ratings without seeing another VBI TAC assault rifle on a vendor special. So I buy them when I see them. Hit M. We've got Chandu's Consulate. Fast travel over there. And again, there's several of these vendors offering specials around. So one of the things I do, one of the things I will be doing at launch, as soon as I have a vehicle, I'm going to drive all over the game, except for San Francisco, which you can't get into until later in the game. But I'm going to drive all over the game and unlock all of these fast travel points so that I can go on what I call the vendor carousel and run in a big circle around the entire game map looking for vendor specials, looking for the gun I want. Here's a VBI sniper rifle. It's got some elemental effects, some stuff. Not something I'm that interested in, but hey, at least I've checked another special. So you can see, just even in this beta, I'm able to fast travel between the EREP camp, Iron Demon Ranch, and Chandu's Consulate, and check 3 specials real quick. I can also drive here and check that special. Later on, there's going to be a vendor truck here with a fast travel site, one here, and one here. And you'll be able to just teleport all around them and check vendors. That's, I think, your best way of getting weapons. Don't go spending tons of crystal or real money on lockboxes unless you're rich and don't care. There are also some vendors that can be triggered by killing monsters in an area, and then a vendor truck appears, but I can't really show you those because they are not in the beta area. So that's shopping. What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about data recorders. If we go to pursuits, there are pursuits here that you find data recorders, and they are little recordings of in-game lore which if you collect them all for an area, you will get +5 ego rating. And if you do all of the things in a area, you'll get yourself a nice outfit, and a title and a bunch of ego rating. So I'll show you real quick what the data recorders look like. I'm sure people will post guides online of where to find them all, but here is what a data recorder looks like. And you just run up to it, tap E, and you receive that intel.
I really want to thank you and the collective for allowing me to stay here during my tenure. I couldn't have hoped for a home half as beautiful.
There's no need to thank me, Ara. The pleasure is mine. Your arrival allows me to finally leave this fresh hell and return to the colony.
What are you saying?
The collective is wasting time, personnel, and money on this pointless mission. The only thing I've gained during my time here is a desire to never return.
Your time here was not wasted. We have shown these people that the Votanus Collective can be a comforting friend. And because of that effort, I feel strongly that they'll give us the support we need.
Our collective gains nothing from these beasts. They offer nothing, but have no qualms about taking everything.
Did Defiance teach you nothing? As one we endured, and as one we shall prosper.
Ara, my sweet friend, you don't understand, but you will. I've lived among them. Even their best are little better than skitterlings. In time, you will also long to return home. If you can call anywhere on this planet home. Good luck, Ara. You will need it.
Alright, so that was longer than I expected, but there you go. That's what a data recording is like. Let's take a look at this box. This is where you spend the real money stuff. So there's a number of things here. You can spin arc salvage crystals for key codes, and then you can spin those key codes on mods or lockboxes. You can see here I have 4,000 crystal. I could buy some key codes. I currently have 16. On the whole, I would avoid doing much of this. The crystal, it's cool to save that up because eventually you're going to want to use that for adding mod slots to your weapons. So I wouldn't spend a lot on key codes unless you absolutely need to early on. And the lockboxes give you random weapons. Again, if you just teleport around all the different vendors, you can find good weapons. So I would save things up. In-game, personally, I'm only going to spend key codes on lockboxes when I've maxed out my key codes. So I'm currently at 16 of 75. I'm not even going to bother spending key codes until I'm at 75 of 75. And when I do, I will go to the boards and find out which of these boxes is tending to give the best rewards. Because I don't think they've really locked in what is good yet. And I may actually just end up looking for synergy mods. Synergy mods are going to be mods that have special synergy bonuses like you see in some of the purple weapons. But anyway, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm withholding judgment on all of this stuff. For me personally, I'm just going to be saving up arc salvage and saving up key codes and not trying to use them until I have to. Also, once you hit enough money and you have some vehicles, the script, all you really need to buy are a few vehicles and the occasional weapon. So for me, once I have a good Hannibal, which I'm going to start the game with because I got a pre-order, and a good maybe truck and a good Dodge and maybe a good dune buggy, because they all handle different in different terrains, so it's sort of nice to have that. Once you've spent, 30-40K on vehicles, you really don't need a lot of money. So one thing I would say is that since you lose a percentage of your script if you die and have to extract, after you have bought some of the vehicles that you want, and I would only keep maybe 10 to 20k of script on hand after that, and with extra money that you have, heck, I would just buy things like this and break them down for crystal. So I buy that, go to salvage matrix, select an item. I have no interest in this weak ass shotgun, but what I can do is I can break it down to resources and get 500 arc salvage from it. And that way I don't have, like, end up with, you know, 100k in script and I'm paying thousands of script every time I die. I don't need to do that. There's no reason to save up that much script. But the arc crystals are nice because, let's say I've got this purple VBI assault rifle and I really like it, but it's only got a stock and a magazine mod slot, and I'd really like to put more mods on it. Once I hit, I think, around 100 ego rating, I will start getting... Well, let me double check. Look at some other guns here. You'll be able to add mod slots, but not all weapons, not all quest rewards, and not all weapons allow you to add mod slots to them. And I think I'm too low a level to add mod slots. I might need to be 100. But if I could add mod slots, there would be one here that says add mods, and when I pushed it, it would ask me to pay quite a bit of crystal, like a few thousand crystal, to add a random second mod slot to this gun. Right now it only has barrel. If I paid a couple thousand crystal arc salvage, I might get a random one of these other 3 added to it. I don't really like to do that on low-level guns. That's something I'm going to be saving up a lot of crystal and using it for better guns. But, you know, it's something you can do. Right now, what you can do is attach mods. If I had a barrel mod, which I could buy, I would select barrel, I would select that mod, and then when I was done, I would click on the start action, and it would add the barrel to it. So that's sort of how the weapon modding works here. And just to show you sort of what you'll be able to do, you can add mod slots. I think you might need to be ego rating 100 or higher to do that. You will be able to retrieve mods, which is, it destroys the weapon, but you get all the mods back out of it. You can remove the mods, which destroys the mods, but leaves you a fresh empty weapon. You can attach mods, which is to put mods into existing mod slots. And you can break down to resources, which is something, again, after you've played the game for a while, you're going to be wanting to break down a lot of stuff to resources, just to get more crystal so that you can add mod slots to guns. And then once you have the guns you like late in the game, you can just do it to get crystal, to buy more key cards, key codes, to buy tier 4 lockboxes to look for high-end orange weapons. So that's sort of what's going on with the vendors. There are also special vendors. This is the Von Bach Industries vendor. So let's talk a bit about factions real quick. I think this video is getting a bit long. You'll see in the goals thing, I have a pursuits tab, and then I have a locked tab here. That locked tab is the contracts tab, and it shows you what contracts you can have with the different factions that allow you to gain faction currency to spend at the faction vendors. So this doesn't even unlock until Ego 250, so I can't show you too much about it now, but if you're wondering, if you show up here and go, hey, what's this? What's going on? And you see that to buy this VBI mod cache, you have to spend 100 VBI credits, and you have no VBI credits, well, you can't even worry about that until ego rating 250. And then once you get to ego rating 250, this will unlock, and you'll be able to see that you will get missions like kill 100 miners in Marin and get some VBI credit, that kind of thing. So that's something to watch for later in the game. And this is getting pretty long, so I think I may just stop there for now. I hope you found this interesting, and I may or may not do more videos in this series, but I hope you have fun, and I will see all you Ark Hunters in the game later.